Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great Thursday afternoon. Thank you all already for the support. I see you guys in the chat already. I do appreciate you. And don't forget, if you have not already, hit the like button. Only takes a moment of your time, but it greatly helps out the channel. So if you'd like to support the channel, no need to donate or anything like that. No need to send a super chat or a super sticker or even join the member group, though you can. All we ask for is a simple click of that lovely like button. So thank you. And let's go ahead, get right into this. Looks like we've already got a couple people here. So Daniel, how's it going? Welcome back, and thank you for supporting the channel by being a member. Invu, what's going on? Artful says he likes the classic vibes. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like it. Rick, how's it going? Daniel, again. And let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much who we've got so far. So let's go ahead and get right into it, shall we? A little bit of a change up in the music. I do like to change it up. And I'll go ahead and share my screen. So as you can see here, we've actually moved up a little bit since yesterday. Now, in yesterday's stream, I'm sure you'll remember the title of it was, the crypto crash is coming. And the second part said, but buy this dip. There's a couple reasons for that whole stream that we had yesterday, guys. And I want to break that down just a little bit and compare it to where we are today. Because some of you might be a little bit confused. Like, oh, Mariano, I thought, the main part of the stream was that we were going to crash. But here we have not yet crashed. In fact, it looks like we're going up. And you would be correct. All right. Now, what we discussed yesterday was the fact that we were set up perfectly to crash. Right, and things did look like, at the time, they were set up a little bit better to crash than to go up. As we were sitting right in this general area, or where was it? We were sitting right here at the time of the stream. At the time of the stream yesterday, we were pretty much on this candle, and we were really messing around with that $40,000 level. All right, we really were. Now coming into today, what ended up happening is we got a little bit of positive news that started to spread around today, and I think that really helped save us. We also, like I said yesterday, we had a lot of support right here at about this 41 to 40 level, and so if we went under this, we were probably going to crash down to 37, which isn't even very far down, to be honest, but it's enough to bring Dogecoin and ADA and Ethereum and whatever you're trading down to uncomfortable levels. So, Doge is already sitting at 19-20 cents. A 10% move down on Bitcoin could be like a 15% move down on Dogecoin. And if it's sitting at 19, I mean, you're going down about you're going down about 2 to 3 cents on Doge. So that would bring you down to like the 16, 17 area. It's not really where you want to be. And same on ADA, that would bring you down to like the 190s or the 180s. Not really where you want to be, right? So that was the concern, that we were going to have a crash down to 37. However, what ended up happening was we did... What is this? Trying to make us want to go to the bathroom or something? It's just called Bubbles. Okay. Very, very accurate title there. All right. So what ended up happening was we had a lot of support right here at this 41,000 level, and we did end up holding it. We did not fall below it. So for that reason, we did not end up playing out the crash scenario. And I think part of the reason that we ended up holding it was because if you take a look at some of the news on Twitter that really started to spread, and so I'll go ahead and pop open Twitter here, and we could just go to Bitcoin Magazine because they're usually pretty on top of things that are going on in the crypto Bitcoin world, right? And so just as we go ahead and take a look into that, you can see that they started to, some information started to spread this morning, and I'll go ahead and find it, regarding Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. He started to, there was a snippet that went into circulation today where he said that the government has no plans to to ban cryptocurrency in any way, shape, or form, is what he said. No plans to ban cryptocurrency, especially the way that China's doing it right now. And I'll go ahead find a clip so I can just play it really quick for you guys. But this was 3 hours ago, and I think this also going into circulation helped hold the price up a little bit. So where was the video? Here it is, right here. Sorry, I did that wrong. let me pause the music. Sorry if your eardrums just got blasted out. Okay, here we go.
You were asked about CBDC, or the central bank digital currencies, and their impact on stablecoin and other cryptocurrencies. And you stated, and I think I quote you correctly here, you wouldn't need stablecoins, you wouldn't need cryptocurrencies if you had a digital U.S. currency. So, Mr. Chairman, as a matter of policy, is it your intention to ban or limit the use of cryptocurrencies like we're seeing in China?
No, and I immediately realized I had misspoken there. I didn't mean to take the word cryptocurrency out of that sentence, and I would say it's fairly widely understood that central bank digital currencies could perform could make.
But no intention to ban.
Less.
No intention to ban.
No intention to ban them, but they're, the stable coins are like money market funds. They're like bank deposits, but they're to some extent outside the regulatory perimeter, and it's appropriate that they be regulated. Same activity, same regulation.
Okay, so basically what he said is that the United States has no intention to ban cryptocurrency, especially in the manner that China has, right? One thing that I will note is just his terminology there. He did keep focusing on stable coins, whereas he was not really talking about altcoins or even Bitcoin itself. So that's still a little bit. And sorry, guys, I had that kind of at max volume, and I don't know why it wasn't very loud. But I'll go ahead and just retweet this. So go ahead, check out my Twitter if you want to watch it for yourself there. And it's on Michael Saylor's account, all right, if you want to also just view it there. He's the one that posted that clip. So the thing is, that's just a little bit concerning, is he did not specifically mention Bitcoin or altcoins, but he was talking about stable coins. Now, saying that we don't have a concern about stable coins that are supposed to be pegged to the US dollar, right, and not change very much from there, is one thing versus talking about coins that are extremely volatile and fluctuate in price all the time. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to read into that too much, but I'm just saying from a confidence-inspiring point of view, I mean, I'm just going to take it as he said it, where it's they don't plan to ban cryptocurrency, all right? Even though he said stable coins, and that is still a little bit concerning wordage when you don't just say kind of crypto. But he did answer the question and say, no, we don't plan to ban in response to the crypto question. So we'll take it as that. I think that makes the most sense. But anyway, but they do still plan to regulate. So, and that's not a bad thing, in my opinion. I think it's a good thing. We know there's a ton of coins out there that could probably use some regulation. And I know what they really weren't talking about was like the rug pull coins, but honestly, would not mind if there was some regulation on like what you could do with coins, like to make them, not possible to rug pull. But I also don't think that's really going to happen because it's kind of hard to usually track things back to certain people sometimes just due to the decentralized nature of crypto. So that's getting a little ahead of ourselves there, but basically just talking about ways to regulate in order to get tax money from these things. That's usually where they're going. So they do plan to regulate, they don't plan to ban, and I think that caused us to see a little bit of a reversal here in the price action. And as you can see right now, we're sitting at $43,700 on Bitcoin. And we got this big red candle here, and then we got a bull flag right here, and not surprisingly, we got then a breakout the top. Now, when you look at the breakout the top, we did reject off the 100 EMA. We didn't get very far, just barely made it to 44,000, and then had to pull back all the way back down to the 50 EMA. So a little bit of a sharp move up and a sharp move back down. I won't sneeze. Okay, and then this next candle that we have forming here, you can see it is looking like it wants to be a positive green candle. All of that aside, what we really need to pay attention to is today is the day where there's supposed to be a vote for the infrastructure bill, as you could see by the thumbnail, as you could see by the title, all that good stuff, all right? That's what's really important in my opinion. It doesn't matter that we recovered from this little candle here and started to go up. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that we did a bull flag here and now we're heading up towards 44,000. Neither of those things matter because infrastructure bill vote is supposed to be today, and that could change everything. That could cause us to instantly dump. That could cause us to instantly break out and go to the moon. And we'll just have to see how that plays out. Now, as we go to the government's website here to check on the live stream, it looks like they went into recess at about 4 p.m. and they have not yet returned. And we'll just have to see how long that recess is going to be. It says the next meeting is subject to the call of the chair. But we do know that, according to Pelosi, today is the day where that bill is supposed to be voted on. She put in a deadline of October 1st, and she fully planned to stick to it. And if you even start to look and do some research into some of the statements that were made by her today, you can see that, let's see, she made some statements regarding continuing on with that vote today and saying that she believed that they had enough votes to pass it. So, let's see. Let's just do infrastructure bill, Nazi, see if I can get that article up here. And I should have had it loaded. I do apologize. And I'll read some of your questions here while I'm looking for it. So, what's my prediction for Bitcoin October, November, December? It really depends how this vote goes and how the market reacts to it. I think things are a little tricky when you start to ignore that because we have to consider emotions. There's a lot of emotional traders out there, and a lot of times the whales do things that are a little unexpected. I know we look at the chart, we look at the stock to flow chart, we look at the price target predictions for Bitcoin based off logic and mathematical calculations, and we say by the end of the year should be 100,000, within the next 5 years should be 500K plus, and then by 2027 it should be this specific price by the end of the year. We look at all that, but that's not to say that at some point along that journey, the sentiment that people have towards Bitcoin won't change and that we won't go off track, because that is not written in stone. What's written in stone is how Bitcoin is going to, from a technical perspective, going to function over the next years regarding how many coins will be created, the halving events and all of that, and then you can expect value to increase as the halvings continue and whatnot. What we don't know is just how the everyday person that buys into that is still going to value Bitcoin as time goes on. Will they stick to the sheet and say, all right, well, my perceived value is what everyone's saying it should be according to this document and according to this roadmap? Or are we going to venture off of that at some point? And that's why I don't like to really look at that too much, though we have followed it pretty well so far, and I think that everyone believes in it. That's not to say that people's confidence won't be shaken at some point and then stop following those price target predictions. But anyway, I still think it is. That being said, I still do think we can hit 100K by the end of December. I don't think that's impossible. I think right now we're dealing with a lot of FUD, really the Evergrande situation, and then this right here with the cryptocurrency regulations coming in hot. I think once we get past that, we can really just make a run for it, and everyone's negative perspectives will kind of be left in the dust, and then we can focus on the positive, which we have so much of for cryptocurrency and for Bitcoin. So I think by end of December, we still could be $75,000 to $100,000. If I'm just to make guesses out here, by November, as long as we get past this here and Evergrande doesn't go too bad, I think, by November, which would be 30 days from now, we could be sitting at anywhere from like 55 to 60,000. We could be back on a continued bull run here and making progress back up. So, I think I think October is fully set up to be a green month, as long as this doesn't get dragged out too far. And like I said, as long as Evergrande, that situation doesn't get dragged into October, deep into it, and get worse over time, because that FUD could keep people from wanting to invest. It's just the way it works. But like I said, better case scenario, I think going into November, we could be sitting around 50, 55, even 60,000 by the end of October. By the end of November, going into December, we'll probably be somewhere around like 60 to 65, or even a little bit higher. But I think, playing out further into the year as we get really towards the close. I mean, I think we could head towards 100K, whether we're closer to 75 and 80 or we're really like 90, 95, 100. We'll just have to see. We know what the price predictions are, right? We've seen the stock to flow charts and all that stuff. It's saying 100,000. These are setbacks. Once we are in the clear, I think whales will really start to buy in. We'll see even more institutional buy-in. We'll see retail trader buy-in. It will probably move very, very quickly. So I don't think only having 2 months, 3 months left of the year is really a problem. But we'll just have to see how the news and everything plays out as we go along the way. That's just kind of my general answer. But that does mean that projects we can really believe in, like, ADA, Ethereum, so on and so forth, our beloved Dogecoin, as long as Bitcoin makes that run, our guys will see a nice increase as well. And so that'll be exciting. I hear the Bitcoin ETF is imminent. Is that true? Yeah, I am hearing that they're still doing work on it and that things are looking positive. I do expect that there will be a Bitcoin ETF. I really do. And that could be a very big catalyst as well, because then you just allow, even more cash flow into that just general project. Rick says, I don't know what to do. I'm in 25%. I think you're in a good amount. I don't know if I would necessarily add quite yet. I'd probably wait for this vote to pass and then look for an opportunity to maybe add another 25%. And then I would probably wait for the Evergrande situation to play out a little more, unless we just look like we're on a strong bull run and not going to stop regardless, and then look for that other 50%. But I would have bought in some, like I said, buy this dip yesterday. That meant if we're holding here, buy that dip, and if we go to 37, buy that. And I talked about that a lot in the Discord group, where I said, regardless of what happens, if we come down to 37, the prices that we're at, because if you just looked at the charts here, you looked at Dogecoin, for example, and where it's at, we were sitting right here as of yesterday, and that's right along the bottom of where it's ever been. So, has there ever been anything against buying the bottom, buying some and then saving some so you can DCA? No. So, sitting there at the rock bottom of prices that we've seen recently, really good buy opportunities yesterday. Even still a buy opportunity going into today. I mean, we're only 1 cent up compared to where we were. We were 19 yesterday. We're 20 today. We could be 25, 30 next week or the week after, just depending on how things go. So don't take for granted that we're at these dips. I'm not talking to Rick at this point, just talking to the general stream. And look for some good opportunities to start loading up. I say start loading up. I don't say all in, because you all in, you leave yourself no options, no flexibility. If you're wrong, you're just immediately in the red. If you're right, cool, but you're just coin flipping it. I don't think all inning, really under most circumstances, is ever a good idea. If you feel confident, do like 50% or even like 75% and leave yourself some money in case you're wrong, so you can buy that dip at the bottom and then bring your average down a little bit. Because what ends up happening, if you spend all your capital and it starts to go down, you all in at 20.5, it goes down to 17, you're going to be panicking. You're going to be asking, me in the chat, should I panic? Should I sell right now? And you're not going to have any other option than to hold and potentially lose all your capital, or lose more than you're comfortable with losing, or just, waiting or averaging down. I mean, the averaging down option won't be there. So you'll have the hold or the sell. You won't have any other option. That's never a good place to be. So I would definitely have started buying, even right now at 20 cents. I think now is a good time to start getting some coins. Start getting some Dogecoin. Start getting some ADA. Start getting some Ethereum. Ethereum right now is back under, or was just a couple hours ago, back under 3,000. It was at 2,800, and now it's back up to 3,000. We can already see a little bit of a bounce here. But we know Ethereum was getting really comfortable with that 4,000 level not too long ago. Just 27 days ago, Ethereum was 4,000. Now it's barely at 3K. These are real dips that we're getting another chance at. And don't forget, when that first run-up happened, when Bitcoin hit 52K not long ago, everyone was like, man, I don't believe I didn't buy. You can't do that like 5-6 times and then expect people to still feel bad. If we keep pulling back to 19 cents and you never buy, and then we go up to 30 and then you're like, man, I should have bought, and you do that 5 times in a row, It is only your fault. So my general recommendation, start loading up. You don't have to all in because there is still a chance we could crash and you'll be able to buy even more coins at a lower price. But just in case that does not happen, you should start trading. That's just my recommendation. Trading recommendation, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. All will be big months. I do think so as well. I think October, November, and December, especially the last 2 months, will be pretty positive. The legend is back. I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen right now. Jump all in or wait for a drop. Yeah, I think not all in. I would probably be 25% in right now. I would really want to see what's going to happen by the end of the day. Keeping an eye on this vote before I drop in like another 25. And then, if things look, let's just say they vote and things don't go too bad, I'd probably drop another 25% in or so. Maybe even, I don't know, maybe even closer to another 50%. And then I'd hold on to the rest for the Evergrande situation. That would just be my idea. I've got to play guitar, bro. Maybe one day on stream. Good, because crypto will be in many aspects of our life. Yes, I agree. If stables are centralized and one company's funneling dollars, then it's legitimate to look at this. Watch us dump to 42 very soon. We could. Good, yeah, exactly. There's a lot of scenarios. 23 and 27. Okay, Envu, I got you. Yes, thank you. Smash that like button. Nice, chosen one. That's perfect. That's the best feeling when you manage to time the bottom, take a stab at it, and you're right. Especially when you had a limit order in, and it just grabs you and goes back up. That's the best feeling. So that's awesome. But we'll have to see how this plays out, everybody. I was hoping that they'd resume the conversation here and we could watch some of it on stream, but it might turn into one of those scenarios like we had last time we tried to do that, where they didn't resume until like 10 p.m. And I don't think anybody's going to linger for that long, including myself. So we'll see how that goes. But just taking a look at the chart again, I mean, Bitcoin, I don't want to understate what Bitcoin's doing. It is doing decently well here. I think what we might be seeing is some people feeling like there won't be a vote today and starting to buy this up. I mean, we hit a bottom. We had so many touches here at 41,000 support, and we got a bit of a bull flag here, and we're trying to break out. I would not be overly bearish on Bitcoin right now. There is still always, just like we talked about yesterday, that scenario where we could crash, but we are still towards the bottom. So I would not mind starting to buy. Emphasis on starting to buy some, not all inning. I would mind all inning right now. That seems like it would be a bad idea. Any other questions? I do want to talk about the fact that, like I said, Dogecoin, ADA, and a lot of these alts are still towards the bottom. ADA's actually picking up quite a bit, but earlier today, ADA was just at about $2.04. It's already up about 10 cents today from where it started. Still towards the discount range. Would have liked, if I'm making a recommendation, it would have been a little better to get in right at 2, where we were sitting today and yesterday. But we're starting to see a bit of a move up there. Dogecoin's also still towards the bottom. It was at about 19.5. Now it's at 20. Still a good price to buy in. And Ethereum as well. Still a good price to buy in. So. Also would like to say, guys, just like I mentioned yesterday, I'm seeing a lot of positive things in the Dogecoin community that's making me feel a little more bullish. For one, just a lot of spreading the word about getting nodes running so that we could really help reduce those transaction fees faster. It's kind of on us. The devs have given us the tools. It's up to us to do the implementation and do a little bit of legwork. And I personally like to work for my money. So whenever I can actually do something to put in a little bit of labor, a little bit of time and effort to potentially reap a reward, that's the most satisfying for me. And one of the things that you can do is download the Dogecoin core wallet and run a node on your machine. So as long as you have a PC that you don't shut down very often, it could be something that you can do and help out and accomplish. So just go to Dogecoin.com. It took me about 5 seconds to do this, by the way. Dogecoin.com. Dogecoin, go to the wallets here. Dogecoin core wallet, and then download for your operating system. For me, it was Windows 64-bit, and you just install it. Very small download. It was like 50 megabytes. Took a couple seconds, and now I'm going ahead and getting it configured, and it's just updating in the background here. Literally took, I don't know, a literal 15 seconds to get it installed, downloaded and installed, and now it's doing its update here, and then I'll be contributing to the network and helping reduce those fees. So if you'd like, I also have the instructions on Twitter. So if you find me at 2020 Tech Reviews on Twitter, and you can find my retweet here on what to do. And here's step-by-step instructions. Run it as administrator. Don't shut down. Click settings, options, network. Make sure your port is open. It's the second box. And then that's pretty much it. Very easy. And let's help get those transaction fees down. But here's my plan. I would really like to live stream the vote if it happens at a time where I'm home, because I'm gonna be out for a little bit. I've got some work to do outside the house. If it happens when I'm home, I will probably try and live stream it, and that way we can see and discuss what the vote's looking like and how the price action on Bitcoin's reacting. If not, we'll still talk about it in the Discord group and on Twitter and all that good stuff, and then we'll pick up tomorrow with another live stream. Hey, what's up, Shuba? Lori Body, what's going on? Hello, everyone. Finally back in town, and I've missed your live streams, Mariano. We watched your recordings while on vacation. Hey, well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Glad to hear that on vacation you found it enjoyable to also catch up on my streams. That's very encouraging. Glad to be able to help. Oh, yeah. We did have some classical music in the background. At a much lower volume. Oh, my goodness. I imagine this is what rich people listen to when they're trading Bitcoin in a lounge with their laptop. Can you see that? Just in a business suit with their laptop. Oh, just trading some Bitcoin today. Up 300,000 today. There were some other things I wanted to talk about too, just in the cryptocurrency space before I close out. As I mentioned, we are still seeing some. Oh, Doge knows a small download, but once it's synced, the total size is just under 50 gigs. Yeah, good point, Luthius. Hopefully I pronounced that right. It does say to make sure that you have 50 gigs of space, and that is going to be because it's a small download, but it will then update, download, information, and you will have a little bit of storage space taken up. So make sure you've got, if it's requiring 50 gigs, you're probably not going to want to run this if you only have 55 gigs of space left on your hard drive. All right, let's just be honest, because you don't want to kind of mess yourself up and run out of storage space for your other day-to-day things. We're not trying to take over your computer here, right? Just trying to help. So if you got a couple hundred gigs of space, then maybe go ahead, consider getting that running. Or if you've got a second external hard drive, like if you have an SSD and then you've got an HDD with way more space on it, just consider running it on your HDD. What's up, Crypto Profit? Shouts out to Crypto Kyle, by the way, for putting this nice how-to together. Pretty dope. He's doing a lot in the crypto space. And we've actually got some Dogecoin related stuff we're working on, and I'll be very excited to give you more info on that when I can. But I think it'll be pretty great. All right, so BitPlaza. Here's a little bit of crypto related news. BitPlaza, which is a shopping platform that's available on the Google Play and Apple's App Store. That allows you to buy with Bitcoin currently. Allows you to shop and make purchases with Bitcoin in the app. So that's pretty neat. They just dropped a poll today that said, we have a big announcement to make. We're adding new cryptocurrency payment methods on the BitPlaza shopping app. And we want you to decide which coin we should add next. And then there was a vote. You could do Doge, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, or Ethereum. Over 75% have voted Dogecoin. If you haven't seen this yet, go ahead on Twitter, if you use Twitter, and help out with the vote. I did retweet it, so you can find it on my page. And just, of course, tap that Dogecoin button, and let's help move this thing forward. So that's pretty big. They're right now just doing Bitcoin, and they're going to be adding Dogecoin to the mix. That's pretty exciting. A little bit of a false alarm on the McDonald's side. I know yesterday they pumped out a little bit of a bait here that said that turn on your notifications for the most important announcement tomorrow. And that announcement was that not Dogecoin being accepted, but they were bringing the McRib back. Not quite as exciting, but I don't go to McDonald's very much anymore, just due to quality of food. I could probably eat some better stuff. But of the things there, the McRib is right at the top of that yummy, yummy, tasty list, in my opinion. So glad to hear that it's back. Hopefully they stop getting rid of it. I don't know what they're doing. They're trolling. There were a couple other things on Twitter regarding crypto advancements. Let's see. Just in case you missed it, Coinbase is working on a way to let you get your paychecks via payroll from your job and get paid in cryptocurrency, which is absolutely huge. And you have an option to even do, pick what crypto you want to get paid in and what percentage of your paycheck do you want to go to crypto. So if you're someone like me that from 9 to 5 pay, you would prefer to have that pretty comfortably like in US dollars and not in something volatile so that your lights stay on. And then like your extra money, like your side jobs or whatever coming in via check or crypto, who cares about that, right? It's just that's your for fun money. What you can even do is if you also like to just dedicate a certain amount of money per paycheck to crypto, you can go ahead and configure, pay me 90% or 95% in cash, but then every paycheck put 5% in Bitcoin or 5% in Dogecoin. So that way you're just automatically saving 5% of your income and getting paid in crypto that you're just going to hold on to and watch that appreciate. And that could be a great way to build up a Dogecoin portfolio as well if you like. So good stuff. Coinbase is on a roll, and I think Coinbase is really doing, in my opinion, probably the best job of most of these companies of helping progress crypto and making it super accessible to the everyday person. Big props to Coinbase. They're a little expensive, but overall, I like what they're doing. Bitcoin right now, still sitting at about 43,700. It's not taking off like a rocket despite this bull flag. It isn't breaking into any new territory quite yet. You can see there's some strong resistance at this 100 EMA. We didn't even make it to the 200. I wouldn't be overly bullish right now, trying not to get faked out. But like I said, it's not a terrible time to be in like 25-ish%. Maybe even towards 50, but at 50, I'd start getting a little wary. I just want to see what that vote's going to be before I go in. A little more than that. Needs to run on Linux. I'm actually on Windows, and it's running on Windows. When you go for the download on Dogecoin.com, it actually gives you an option. And I'll just show that again. So, Dogecoin.com, when you go to the wallet section, you can choose your wallet, and you can pick between Windows, Linux, or Mac OS. Or you can get it on the app on the Google Play Store. So you've got a couple options depending on which operating system you're running on your machine. I thought they have brought the McRib back more times than China have banned Bitcoin. You're right. You are 100% right. They really have. They mess around with that too much. When McDonald's offers the McRib, go check out pork prices at your local supermarket. They usually only sell the McRib when pork is down. That's a really good observation, and that makes a lot of sense, but I did not know that. Smart by McDonald's by only offering that when prices of meat go down as well. I'm sure they have a whole dedicated team for timing the releases of certain foods based on when food prices are cheap to keep margins high and to keep their prices low because they are kind of abnormally low priced. So that makes sense. That's pretty cool. Always like looking into the logistics of stuff. That's pretty neat. Anyway, guys, I think that's about it. I won't take too much of your time, especially if we're potentially going to do another stream today. thank you all for hanging out. Hopefully that update was informative and useful. And like I said, if they resume this vote here, right here, they are still in recess. If they resume it today, I'll be at the very least posting on Twitter, posting in the Discord group, potentially even posting some posts on YouTube to give updates on what's going on. But if it looks really interesting, we'll probably go live again today. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you haven't. Click the like button, of course. And I will catch you guys later on in the next stream. Have a great day, everybody.